Ahoy, Polloy, and welcome back to this episode of the Rec Room Radio Hour podcast. I am, as ever, your host, Michael Lundy, and we are going to sit down today with the owner, proprietor, and recording artist in residence at Blackberry Alley Studios in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, Luke Shellenberger, who has recorded everyone in this area, from Frank Wicher to Kevin Regan to Rebecca, Jade, everybody. And we're going to talk about his background, his style, and his approach to recording our local talent here. And we'll be hearing some songs by Kevin Regan and Rebecca, Jade, and Frank Wicher, and Tonewall Jackson. So stand by for the Rec Room Radio Hour podcast with Luke Shellenberger. Hey, we are back on the Rec Room Radio Hour podcast, and we are sitting down, kind of taking a little different approach to this episode of the podcast. We're sitting down with Luke Shellenberger, and Luke is the owner, proprietor, the master chef here at Blackberry Alley Studios in Selinsgrove. And the reason we're down here is because Luke, almost from day one, has been sharing the work that they've been doing here at this studio. And it is a quality product that they are putting out here from a lot of local artists. So we are going to talk about not only those artists, but also what it is like we're running a modern 21st century recording studio. Because when I think of a recording studio, I think of the old Abbey Road studio number 2, the 1/4-inch tapes and all that. Mm-hmm. So without further ado, Luke, yes, welcome to the Rec Room Radio Hour podcast.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the kind words.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have been putting out some really quality stuff, and we do appreciate it. So let's just start at the very beginning. Where did this journey begin for you? Where were you born, grew up?
Born in Selinsgrove, technically closer to Freeburg. Everybody would probably tell you it was Freeburg, but it was a Selinsgrove address.
Okay.
So pretty much grew up in Selinsgrove. Went to high school in Selinsgrove.
Okay.
Went to Penn State for 4 years for golf, actually.
No.
Yep.
Okay, so hold on. So obviously, did you go on a scholarship?
Not necessarily a scholarship. It was kind of just like a more defined golf program. It was basically to learn everything about the golf industry and then run and operate as the golf pro is what it is. Like four and a half year program, technically.
First of all, I didn't know you could go get a degree in golf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And second of all, it does not surprise me that Penn State would offer that.
Yep.
This is a really quick story. I'm an Air Force veteran, and our big Air Force graduate education area is Maxwell Air Force Base. And guys and gals that go down there for their in-residence at like Air Command and Staff College and Air War College, we say they're going for the 1-year Air Force golf sabbatical. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So are you like a semi-pro, or I mean?
Technically, at one point I was considered. I don't remember what the class was, but I had like a pro certificate. I mean, I finished everything. I was working in that industry for a while, and then just kind of got away from it.
Did you have what do they call it when you're an amateur going to professional? You get a cue card.
That's more of like a playing thing.
Okay,
pro player. Right. Oh. I was on the side where I had like a pro status where I couldn't play in amateur events anymore because I had
no kidding
a pro status. Yeah, I mean it's playing tests, it's book tests, it's all. I mean it's a ton of work.
Wow.
I have friends that I graduated with that are operating some of the most prestigious country clubs pretty much in the country. But I mean, I started my dad put a golf club in my hand when I was 3.
No kidding.
And the guitar followed not much later than that at 6.
Okay.
So it was pretty much like golf and music my entire life.
That's cool. So before we leave the golf thing, do you still play?
Rarely, I do, but it's usually like tournaments. It's usually like 4 or 5 times a year.
No kidding.
Yeah. Like the yearly tournaments where we go out and play like scrambles and just have fun and hang out.
That's funny.
Yep.
This is cool. See, this is why I like doing these things, because you learn something about. I did not know that. That is cool. Okay, so you had a golf club in your hand before you had a guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
and you come from a musical family, correct?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
My dad played in Jesse for probably as long as anybody that knows him or the band probably could remember.
And they've been going on for how long?
Oh, man, like forever.
Yeah?
Literally. I mean, he knew like Tom Inch, and his cousin Chet played in the band. Chet Brandt played bass in the band for a long time.
And they're still playing out, right? I mean,
I think they might have just stopped at the end of last year.
Okay.
For the time being, I'm sure.
I know, because
I would assume they'll probably be back.
Yeah. Wow.
But my dad gave it up. He played drums. He gave it up. I want to say, I mean, this is a while back now.
Yeah.
Early to mid 90s, I think.
Oh, wow.
But he played with them, or like most of those guys, for a long time.
No kidding.
You know, so
wow.
As I was growing up young,
yeah,
he was coming back from gigs at 2-3 in the morning.
So you saw that.
You know what I mean?
You saw all that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Listening
it
to
didn't
records.
dissuade you from following this?
No, not at all.
Cool.
And my uncle played guitar, so he was always there with that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
listening to records from the time I could remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So you had a guitar in your hand after the golf club. What, so did you have formal lessons?
Yeah.
Did you, okay. Really?
I think
Okay.
I started lessons when I was like 10.
Wow.
I think like 10 to 18 or like 10 to 16.
Okay.
I took lessons from 3 different guys at Music World in the mall.
Okay.
If you were around for any of that when over at Susquehanna Valley Mall.
Susquehanna Valley Mall up in, they consider that Shamokin Dam or Selinsgrove still.
That might still be considered Selinsgrove.
It could be.
Some people might say Ellsworth. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
3 different teachers.
Wow.
One guy, the guy that I started with was like a ripper, like a shredder. Mm-hmm. And then I think, another gentleman for kind of like a short amount of time. And then I finished with like, his name was Stan Hoke, I think.
Okay.
More like a bluesy kind of player. I feel like the last like 3 years that I was going with him, it was kind of just like we'd get in there and we'd just jam back and forth. There was almost like no practice ahead of the practice. It was like he'd go in and just start riffing on some chords, and I'd solo, and then we'd flop. I'd start riffing some chords, and he'd solo, and that was our practice for years.
Yeah.
You know,
and he charged you for it, right?
Well, I charged my parents.
No, he charged you. But still, though, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, because you think about lessons, you know, it's like, you know, you're. But that's a lesson.
I was never one to, like, for a long time early on, especially like the first guy, and my parents always wanted me to like learn how to read,
right,
and probably also to write, read like sheet music and all that, and I hated it. I never wanted to do it. Yeah. And then I stopped doing it because I was like, I don't want to. So I started doing it. Like, everything to me was by ear.
Okay.
Which is probably lent to me kind of being able to do a lot of things I'm doing in here now, especially as much writing as I do into other people's music.
Oh, okay.
I spent so much time doing that in my lessons.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much what that became.
Yeah.
Everything was by ear.
So you're not a paper trained musician?
No.
Then? Okay.
Nope.
And in our world, we call that's where you go to Berkeley or wherever and you get that's paper trained.
No, I'm the complete opposite of that. Yeah. I'm the person that never wanted to do that and still don't. I don't have I understand it. Part of me kind of wishes that I just did know how to do that, but there's a huge part of me that's glad I never did, because I don't know.
Yeah.
It makes my brain work a different way.
I'm sure it helps. I mean, George Martin, you know, the Beatles and that. George Martin was a trained musician, and you know, obviously, John, Paul, George, and Ringo weren't. But he could take their ideas and, you know, speak that language to whomever. So but still, I think there's an inherent. You know, you just go for the feel.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
Wow.
That's exactly how I feel.
Okay, so you got the lessons done. You had your your jamming lessons done, and then college and all that. Did you play during college? Did you play music during college?
Yeah, not really with it. I mean, like a couple people I met or some buddies up there, like we, you know, at parties and stuff, we'd just mess around jamming. Nothing really serious, just because it was college and we were just busy. I mean, I was golfing every day at that point. So like that was the focus. Like everybody, my friends in that whole program.
It does sound like the Air Force, actually.
Dead on that, you know. I think I actually stopped playing guitar for like a year.
Wow.
Now I still like was an avid music listener and was going to like music shows and events and stuff like that. But I think I actually stopped playing for about a year.
Wow.
But I also, like at that point when I was coming home for summers, I was big into drums around that time. Probably because I couldn't play up there. Mm-hmm. So then when I was coming home for summers and like summer internships, I always had, that kit right there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Set up, which was my dad's. And Jesse, that was his kit.
Okay. And we'll have pictures of this on the Facebook page, but it's a vintage Pearl set.
Yeah, I mean, it's an older Pearl export series.
Wow.
That he got. I mean, that's probably like early 90s, I would think.
Oh. Well, that's cool that you got your dad's kit in here set up to record.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I mean, they sound fine for me.
Yeah. Cool.
Play great. But that was big then because I'd come home and I'd just play drums. I'd sit down with a big stereo behind me and just blast music and just play drums, which is what I did. I mean, I started playing drums when I was around 10, I believe.
Okay.
And that was all by ear and by watching him. Sure. I never had any training in drums other than whatever he taught me and playing. But like for years, that's what I'd do. I'd get done with work or come back from college or school or whatever and sit down and play drums for 2 or 3 hours a day.
Wow. So learn guitar. You played guitar as a kid and drums. What was your first, your first serious like music band project, whatever you want to call it?
Oh man.
And was it during college, post college?
No, it definitely wasn't during college. It was probably. I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider serious. Because I had a pretty close friend coming even through like it started in like elementary school. He played guitar too and took guitar lessons from the same guy up here. Okay. We ended up going and he had a home, like really nice home recording studio from what I remember. Yeah. And we were probably like 15, 16. Mm-hmm. We actually went to his studio and did some recordings of original music that we wrote back then. Wow. So that was kind of like our first
That's cool.
investment of time into like this process. Yeah. Was when I was young, I mean, teenager. Yeah. And nothing really after that other than just like jamming and playing on my own and practicing a lot. And then getting into after college and like being back home, working day jobs and stuff, starting like bigger bands, just a couple here and there. But I'd say my first like major real act was probably a band called Kill Scheme. Okay, that was out of like the Norrie area. All right.
We're talking what time frame? What year-ish?
Over a decade ago. Okay. Probably 12 years ago-ish. Okay. All right. Around the heart of when it was probably going on. All right. Funny thing is now, the same singer that was in that band is now in my recent current electric, like, country rock band. We call it Flintlock. Okay. All right. So it's funny how things come back around, of course. But we had a pretty good run in that band. I mean, that was like a 5-6 year thing. Yeah. And that was my first entrance into. I didn't have anything on my own at that point. Which, when it started, like I met that singer and I met that group of people by the bass player that ended up playing with us. Going, hey, we should go over to this guy's house. I think you'd really dig it. He's starting to write original songs. He wants to put all these local artists in the area together and have like this culmination CD. And he's got a bunch of recording stuff. And I was like, well, that sounds cool. Yeah. Little do you know, 4 years after that, I'm learning all this stuff using his studio, recording our first album.
Okay, so that's where
that was like where it's like
that's where the bug
side like started.
Okay, that's where the bug bit.
That's where
All right, so before that, now you and your friend before, when you would come home from college would record it. This kid, your friend's home studio, excuse me. But this is where it really happened.
Yeah, that's where I started getting into it myself and researching and trying things and trial runs and just learning how everything worked and
So this project, that band recorded and as bands do, it kind of fizzled out, or did they? You know, are they still playing? Or
like I said, that singer's in my current band. The bass player's, I think, playing in another band, I believe, right now. I'm not too sure what the name of that band is. Most of those guys are still playing.
Okay,
in some way, you know, whether they're even just still playing at home. I would sure hope they're still playing. Yeah, in some way, shape, or form. But that band happened, and then after that, turned into a band called Tonewall Jackson. Okay, which was another local band that pretty much took that tenfold. Yeah, and that's when I started having like my own home, like in my old studio in my basement when I started getting all this stuff together. Yeah. We did a lot of that tracking too. Okay. Now a lot of that stuff got outsourced to a guy in Berwick. His name's Nick Coyle. Anybody on there's probably a ton of people that know that name, but he actually did like the final mixes for us. But in that band, we still tracked everything here. And you were doing all the recording and all the pre-production, like early mixing and everything.
Okay. Wow. Yep. Well, first of all, I love really cool band names. Yep. Tonewall Jackson's got to be up there in the top 10. Right. For me. That's a good name. Yep. So
and actually, that band started. I was playing drums in that band.
No kid. Oh, really? Okay. So with the previous band, and I brain dumped the name because it wasn't as catchy as
Kill Scheme.
Yep. Kill Scheme. Were you playing drums there?
I was playing guitar.
You were playing guitar. Damn, man.
Yeah, guitar and backing vocals, and we were right. I mean, I think it was like a 10-song album.
Wow. Okay.
All original.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
So you jumped from guitar to drums in Tonewall Jackson.
Yeah, we needed that project kind of came about, and it was like, well, we need a drummer, and I was like, I'm in.
Cool.
Ready for kind of ready to just sit back there and slam stuff. Yeah. You know, and just have fun. And it started like that, and then some things kind of maneuvered around. Some people went away, if you want to call it that. Yeah. And then we found a drummer who happened to be the bass player's cousin.
There you go.
Who was extremely good. Yeah. And I was like, well, it's my time to just go back to guitar. Yeah. So like halfway through, I went back to guitar and backing vocals. And
oh, wow.
But it was cool. Cool. We wrote a lot of cool original music. So it worked out.
So after Tonewall Jackson, then you're still growing your studio. You said it was in the basement of your home.
Yeah. Like pretty much during Tonewall, it was like, man, we need to. You know, I had already done it with the previous band, but it was like, I need to do this. I want to do this. Yeah. I want to be able to like go somewhere, not have to drive somewhere, and be able to like track my music. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been doing it for a while. I want to be able to do it quickly, patiently, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. You know? So I started kind of getting everything around, and then initially it was in the basement, and I had like half of that redone and kind of like semi-soundproofed because we practiced down there too, and started recording that music, and then I had kids, and then I couldn't practice and record right downstairs anymore at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, kind of.
Which was great though, because then it kind of forced me to have to do this.
Okay. Now let's back up. So you and your friend recorded when you're back. Was that digital, or were you using tape back then?
When we were younger?
Yeah.
That was our guitar teacher's studio. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was a long time ago. That would have been like 98. Okay. Something like that. Yeah. So I don't even honestly, I was so young and just like, worried about like playing in it was acoustic guitar. Yeah. I was just worried about that. I have no idea what he was running at.
Okay. All right.
No idea.
All right. So
certainly not the digital world. You know what I mean? I would assume it was probably like, I don't know. It could have been tape. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so now the first were you...
I know for sure the recording, like what he gave us was tapes.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? Like the product came back to us on an old tape.
On cassette tape or?
Cassette tape.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Which to me, you got to realize, like that's
ancient. Yeah.
To me, that's pretty... I remember my first player that I got when I was younger was like one of those original older little skinny boom boxes that had like a roller AM, FM, and one tape deck slot and like the two speakers on the side. Mm-hmm. But the little ones, that was like my first
funny
player.
Yeah.
You know?
That's funny. I'm old enough to remember. I had the last 8-track player in my car in the late 70s. So yeah. All right. So when the bug bit, when you're kind of learning this stuff, when the bug bit, was that digital?
Oh yeah.
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 Okay. So you essentially grew up doing this whole digital.
I mean, when I started doing this his name's Bill Dunkelberger, who's the singer in Flintlock, was a singer in Kill Scheme. He had all this studio stuff put together. He was using Studio One, so my first dive into this was Studio One, and he had a studio. I think it was called like a Studio One Live 16-channel digital board.
Oh my god!
Hooked into that to use that.
All right. So this is pre
drum room, live room. In his house set up.
Oh wow!
The whole deal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So we move from there. You start building the basement studio again, digital. So what are you using? Like, I'm going to show my ignorance of all this. You do like GarageBand, Logic Pro. What are you using?
I started I shouldn't say that. I did have a small setup in one of my bedrooms in my house before I went to the basement.
Okay,
but it was this was within 6 months that I kind of moved all this stuff. So when I did first start doing it at that point, I was doing it just as kind of like a rough demo setup. So I was actually using an iPad with GarageBand.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was programming drums with my fingers. And I had it's called, I think like an iDock or something, which was like a two input. And I think you can only really necessarily run like one at a time. So I was like tracking songs and writing like original, mostly instrumental stuff at that point. Tracking like single guitars, bass, and then literally recording drums off of GarageBand on an iPad. Like, here's the kick, here's one track, here's the snare, here's the cymbals. Doing them all separate because I knew I wanted to be able to like pan each thing separately. And if you don't do them all separate, you have to the mix is the mix.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did that for a while and I was like, well, this is just,
We were talking about our Wednesday during our rehearsal with our band. We were talking about that, and our percussionist recorded somewhere. He didn't do this, but with a real kit, they were doing the same thing.
Yeah,
they were recording each component of the kit on its own track so that they could. They could pan it and mix it.
Yeah.
I should have prefaced this whole thing is that we're going to get like nerdy about this. So if your eyes are glazing over, it's like you don't know the difference between GarageBand and garage door opener. I don't know. But so anyhow,
that's pretty much where that started. Like on an iPad, GarageBand, and a couple of my buddies were doing it too, and it was great. It was easy because you can file share. It's easy to just turn it on and start recording and get really good demo stuff down, ideas down, share them, email them, do whatever you need to, send files and even, save them, put them on something else. You can do all that with that. It's a very useful free tool.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing was I wanted to be able to record a full drum set.
Okay.
And you can't do that. Somebody probably would tell you that you can. And there's some crazy way to do that. But I wanted the real deal.
Okay.
So then I had to move to getting a computer.
Okay. Still in the basement though.
Still down there.
Still in the basement.
Yep, still down there.
So now you've gone to the computer from the iPad.
Yep.
So any cool stuff still happening in the basement, or can we move into your separate facility here? Anything cool happened in the basement once you got the computer? And
just some cool songs that we put together with that band at that time. Just like I said, I think we did
Tonewall Jackson.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we did 3 or 4 tracks down there.
Okay.
Wow. And that was the heart. That was the heavy and heart of that band was done while it was still down there.
All right.
Yeah,
but you
then moved out here.
But you had an eye to get out of the basement, obviously, with the family movement and all that.
Yeah.
So we are in Luke's studio, Blackberry Alley Studio, and so you set this up when? When did this start?
Basically, 3 years ago. I think I finished this in January of 20. I think was when I had this all renovated and finished over.
Now, was this a garage?
It was a garage.
Oh, no kidding.
It was a 2-bay garage.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
With, completely unfinished.
Yeah.
Wood stove right there. This was the party area. The TV's out here, big stereo, and this is where our friends used to come. My wife and her friends and whoever used to be out here hanging out.
Cool. So this is probably about 2-3 years ago then that you started the renovation with this.
It got done, I think, in January of 20. So like it was being renovated like late 19.
Yeah.
It's probably, I think, like a 2 or 3 month period.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
So this you're like the third or fourth person we talked to, like a big significant issue or event comes up, and it's like right when COVID hit. So
it wasn't.
Yeah. So so you have this all ready to go, and did anybody come through? I mean, I think it's non-attribution at this point. Did you have anybody come through like during the pandemic to record, or was it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I mean,
not to get into that too deep because I know some people.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's why I said no attribution and all that.
But there's been no issue. Like everybody that I know that does, especially like is in this music business.
Yeah,
they want to get stuff done.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Social distancing. You got 6 feet in here.
Yeah,
anyhow.
Exactly.
Okay. So so we're talking about the studio, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it some more. But we're going to get into some specific artists that have been here. Who was the first person that recorded in here?
Kevin Regan.
Kevin Regan.
Kevin was the first one.
No kidding.
Yep.
He's a monster, man. He is. So
writes more songs than anybody I know.
Yeah. He's like Jeff Tweedy and Wilco, like write a song a day.
He can, yeah.
Oh yeah. And it's not the stuff that he's writing that you have sent up that we had on the radio show. I mean, it's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great
so
writer.
he was the first one, and this was like 2020.
It was like right after I got this done. It was the strangest thing. A buddy of mine who I've known for years did all the electric work out here for me. Knew Kevin. Kevin happened to like run into him somewhere somewhere around this time.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I really wish there was a place to like record around here. Or said something about like tracking or studio.
Yeah.
And Brett was like, oh, you should get a hold of my buddy Luke. He was like, I just did wiring. He just like is finishing his studio right now. And Kevin got a hold of me, and we booked something like right away. And he was down here in a couple of weeks, and he hasn't left since.
Does he live here?
He lives, up in town.
No, I mean, does he live in the studio?
Oh, he might as well.
He might as well.
Yeah, he should just move in.
So
actually, he's joked around about that quite a bit. I mean, like I was mentioning earlier, we're on, we're like 3 years into this, and we're either starting 42 or we're on 42.
42 songs that you have recorded here. 42
songs that we have tracked.
Yeah.
And completed, like finished songs.
I mean, that's enough for like
it's basically like 3 albums.
Yeah.
It's like an album a year.
Yeah.
Aside from normal life.
Yeah. Talk to him about getting that
playing out.
Yeah.
Songs that he's written that he didn't even want to record. Songs,
Yeah.
Songs that he's put on, he calls it his pile, like songs that he's written that just he doesn't even care about 5 minutes later.
No kidding.
That kind of thing. Yeah, you're right. It's just he writes a lot.
Well, good for him. I mean, that's and like I said, it's quality stuff.
Yeah. Well, it works out well too because like what I can, that's the big thing about what I try to offer people here, and probably a big thing that people don't realize that I play a lot of these instruments. Mm-hmm. A lot of these things that I've done on a lot of these people's songs is adding layers of guitar, or drums, shakers, bass when needed. If somebody doesn't have it, like he's a one-man band.
Yeah.
Singer-songwriter writing these songs.
Right.
And it's perfect for me because that's what I want. What I wanted and what I will always want to do is have that creation of finishing songs with people. And that's what I like. Like he comes in, lays down an acoustic track and a rough demo vocal. Yeah. And then it just goes.
Okay.
Whether it needs 3 more parts or 30 more parts, like the song it just happens.
So we're gonna focus on Kevin a little bit, but and we'll talk about each one. Does he come in? Does he come in with this is how I want this to sound, or do you guys kind of develop that as you're going through?
Our process now, we joke around now. It's like we usually get together at night. Like we'll start a session like 7:00 at night. He always has his songs start to finish. Never once have I had to be like, well, that part's kind of weird there, or do you even really need that part? Like he has his songs written from the start to the end. Now I might chop like the beginning of it off or something like that, or you know, like we don't really necessarily need it to start like that.
Yeah.
But he has the song written from start to finish, all the vocals done in place, everything, verses, chorus, bridge, whatever.
All right.
Comes in, lays the acoustic track, lays a rough demo, vocal, and then most of the time I'll lay 3 to 5 guitars and maybe a bass like in that evening session to the point where it's like, okay, this song is 3/4 of the way completed, aside from, okay, does it need drums, does it need shakers, does it need a solo done, does it need backing vocals?
Yeah.
And then we always have, like, he always comes in the end, I always just end up having him save we have like a final Vox session, the final vocal completed session at the end.
Wow.
Once everything's done.
So when we're listening to Kevin's stuff, I mean, Kevin's playing the guitar, he's doing the vocals, but the rest is you.
Yeah. I mean, aside from, like, he has some songs that Rebecca's came in and sang with him.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to think if there's been any. Ashley Pitcher did a song with him called It Ain't Me, which is a really good song.
Yes.
She's awesome.
Yes. We played that song one night. We played that song one night, and I'm in the middle of it, like, shoot, I don't know who that girl is. I said, that's not Rebecca. So I'm on a messenger with Luke. I said, who's playing on this song?
Yeah, I mean, we did that. That was early on. We did that song probably 2.5 years ago. That was before I think I even... Yeah, it had to be that long ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that was early on in here.
Yeah. So with 41 going on 42 songs from Kevin, it was hard to pick out a song to feature. But both Luke and I came to the agreement that one of our favorite songs from Kevin Regan is Billy McBride. I just love that song. It's got a great vibe. Yep. It really captures that character, and that's the other cool thing. He writes character songs.
Yeah, he writes a lot of its stories.
Yeah, I wish I could write like that. But this is such a good song. It captures the vibe, not only of a really good song, but also of the character that he's writing about.
Exactly.
And I think that's testament not only to him as a songwriter and a performer, but you as a craftsman. I mean, you guys did that, and that really is good. So,
thank you.
Anything else you want to talk about with Billy McBride before we listen to it?
No? Just crank it up.
Yeah, let's crank it up. So this is Kevin Regan, a song recorded here at Blackberry Alley Studios in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Billy McBride on the Rec Room Radio Hour podcast.
Brown. I ain't never ran away from that tussle and ain't about to start right now. I've been hearing all the stories all around about the two baddest men in town, but they never shuffle with the likes of any other who can really know how to throw it down. Well, I heard they were looking for a little bit of trouble and they said that trouble's mine. Well, that's fine by me. I can use a little axe, so I'll make myself easy to find. I'm Billy McBride. Billy McBride. This town at the edge of the city and the sun was just going down. And there they stood, big Jim Walker and a fella named Nero Brown. I said, before you start dancing with the devil, better listen up and listen good. They said to give it everything they got, and I said, as you should. Well, the fists started flying, the feet started kicking, but the boat just hit the air. I slid back, took 2 swings. In a second I could tell they were getting scared. I warned them both, they were cruising for a Bruce, but they both stepped over the line. I had no choice, it was them or it was me. I bet they wished they never started the fight with Billy McBride. Billy McBride. Should have been messing with the boy named Billy McBride. McBride. Cause he was big and mean, a real fighting machine with a style that was slicker than slick. Thought they could take it, but they both were mistaken, cause Billy was too damn quick. So the moral of the story is you never go sporty when you don't know who you're calling now. So you better start thinking before you start swinging with a boy you know nothing about, like Billy McBride. That's Billy McBride. Billy McBride. Yeah, Billy McBride.
Billy McBride from Kevin Regan. I love that song. That is exquisite work. Again, as I said, from a songwriting standpoint, from a vocal standpoint, but from your craftsmanship of that song. That song fits. Yeah, that is some good work. So 42 songs. Has. God damn. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep telling him, I'm like, man, that's like. And he's not stopping.
No.
He just said to me the other day, he's like, we got to do more this year than we did last year. And I'm like, I love it though, because it's,
yeah.
To me, this whole thing's about drive. So if you don't have the drive, like I always tell people, I usually always tell him when we're having discussions about certain things, I'm like, you either do it or you don't.
Right.
When it comes to doing, especially recording, like you either do it or you don't. Right. You either have, files with completed songs or you don't.
Right.
So it's crazy to me that he has that drive to do. I mean, that's a lot.
It is, yeah. And
it's a lot,
Now, do you find that the majority of the folks that you're recording are just, are they looking for a finished, I'll call it an album or CD ready product, or are they looking for, hey, I just want to get a demo out so I can take to, venues or whatever? I said, where does the majority of your folks approach this?
Most of them are looking for a final product, like a final, if you want to call it a master, whatever you want to call it anymore.
Okay.
I'd say 90% of the work that I've done in here has been like a final process, finished, mixed.
Yeah. Okay.
The only couple that aren't like that are ones that specifically I've done like pre-production, all the tracking here, and then we're sending those finals to a different studio for like a final mix.
Okay.
Like the Audioburn that I think I sent you one that you said you're soon playing. He is sending all the stems to a place in Lidditz that's doing all the final master mix for him specifically.
Yeah.
But that's the route he wants to go.
Yeah. But you do that all here in house if needed. Okay.
Yep.
Audioburn. We're going to debut them. We're recording this on the 3rd of March, so we're going to debut them on next week's radio show.
Yep.
So we'll get them into the rotation. But
cool.
So the other, let's see. So Kevin Regan. You also have Rebecca Jade come down and record. She is another. She's another wonderful person here in the area. Does she have 42 songs or does she have more?
I think we've done 6. She probably has like 100 written.
Yeah.
We did 6. She's ready to go. We're probably going to end up planning something soon for her to get back in here and start on the next one.
And such a not really much of a difference between what Kevin's doing and what Rebecca's doing, but she's just very, it's almost... It's when I listen to her, it's like Carly Simon with an edge. Mm-hmm. I really like Rebecca's stuff. So how does she approach coming in here and doing this stuff?
Pretty much the same way. She's real good too. She's a very much like him, and very much like most of everybody that I've had the luxury of working with in here. Mm-hmm. It's these people who just come in with these songs and they're just already completed so well.
Yeah.
Again, she comes in like he does. She comes in. And I really start when she does her more piano-based songs. Yeah. Like she'll come in here and just play the piano part, start to finish.
Okay.
And it's usually a couple times because she's that good of a player that it's like, okay, let me do one more.
Yeah.
Start to finish, track the song.
Really?
Lay a rough demo vocal down, and then she leaves, and I get to work.
You work your magic.
You know what I mean?
So now, there's for the non-recorders and non-songwriters listening. When you say she comes in with a completed song, she's not coming in here and working on lines and stuff. She has what I call the bones of the song done.
Correct.
And she just comes in and plays it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, much like if she would be playing it out live by herself.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
if she's if it's a piano song, so she's coming in, she's playing what she would be playing in that live section.
Okay.
The piano part and the vocal. She's laying those two parts down.
Yeah.
And then everything else just unravels from there.
And somebody can write in and say, "Well, it was a dumb question, Lundy." No, because I'm thinking, again, my whole concept of recording is Studio 2 Abbey Road with George, Martin, and the four guys, and they would come in sometimes with a completed song, but they would also come in with nothing but like a line, and write the damn song in the studio. Now, EMI was paying the bill.
Right,
but that's what you're saying. The Kevins and the Rebeccas and the Franks come in here, and their songs are done.
Yeah, they're done. They're to the point where they're ready to just track it.
Yeah,
they're not. They might be coming in questioning like some words or something, or something extremely simple, but nothing that's going to be like a big variance in the work that's getting done in that session. And
you said that's the majority of the people that you've had the pleasure of working with do that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'd say...
I was going to say, have you had anybody come in here and just like essentially write in the studio?
Yeah, but that's been more like friends and buddies or like people or like bands I'm currently in that were like sitting around just messing around like writing in that moment.
They're not on the clock, right?
Not people that are like coming here to track. Yeah. Everybody that's coming here to track comes and the stuff's ready. They're they're letting me plug them in, get my stuff ready on my end through the computer and the interfaces and everything. And tracking what they're ready to be tracked.
So with Kevin and Rebecca's stuff, they come in, they play their song through, and then they hand it off to you. And as I kind of facetiously say, you're working the magic. But I mean, it really is magic. How so? Do most people just when you do something like that, they say use your best judgment, or do they have an idea of what they want? And kind of let you know what they want, or is it?
It kind of varies. Kevin and Rebecca usually kind of just let me do whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, they might have ideas for sounds or something, and like I said, most of it's guitar work and stuff too. So it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, and we've all worked with each other long enough now too that I think we probably all understand each other to know that, he or she is writing, just lay this song down. I'm not going to turn the gainiest guitar tone you've ever heard in your life and start tracking on the song. Like we're all invested enough. And I would say I would hope, and I think they probably trust me enough to know that I'm not going to do that at this point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of just, I don't know. It just always ends up being like this mutual comfort that just, these things just move along.
Yeah. Well, I think that speaks to their trust in you as a person.
Yeah.
But in your skill as a musician and a recording artist.
Yep.
When I say recording artist, I mean there is an art to recording a band or a group of that. So I mean I think that speaks volumes for you.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong too. I mean, there's definitely been a bunch of instances too where, one of them might be like, well, what do you think about like a banjo sound in there?
Yeah.
Or like this instrument or that, or, shakers in this one, or, maybe brushes on this drum or something. Like they definitely are involved in ideas. Yeah.
They're not just handing it to you and say, here, do it.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely like, we have conversations and talk about this stuff, but most of it's done in my own time at that point once they're gone. So, I'm sitting here doing work and they don't, they're off living their lives.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're sitting here having text conversations about, well, what do you think about if I do this? Like
now,
most of the time I'm spent in here doing all that on my own.
Now, would you say if somebody came in and they wanted to be over your shoulder bird dogging you while you did this? I mean, how, is it?
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Kevin usually does that anyway. So.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like we usually do most of these sessions with his are like in the same evening. So usually he gets his stuff done.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there while I'm playing parts, just invested in
So he'll come in with
writing process.
So he'll come in with the bones of the song, and you'll have pretty close to a finished product by the time you're done. Wow.
The last probably, man, I don't even know. Yeah. I mean, a bunch of them went like that, but specifically like recently, probably like the last 10 songs we've done.
That's incredible.
Has been like, 3/4 of the instrumentation is being laid down, like written and laid down in like a 3 or 4 hour period.
Yeah. Wow.
Just ideas flow and like as far as from my side, like I said, he knows his stuff coming in, but the remnants of like these nights getting finished with guitar work specifically is all getting like written in session, on the fly, working with stuff.
Wow.
And just getting it down. Yeah,
that's incredible. Getting back to Rebecca, I mean, again, you and I came to an agreement pretty dang quickly. I don't even think there was any discussion about what song we were going to feature from Rebecca, and we're going to play "Down That Highway." Mm-hmm. Again, another song that we have featured on pretty often on the radio show. Who's doing the backing vocals with her? Is that her? Is there?
I think she did all those.
No kidding. So she's tracking all the harmonies.
Yeah. Yeah, she's vocal queen. If she doesn't mind me saying that.
Yeah. Well, no, I think she.
Yeah, she can pick out a harmony in 5 seconds and sing it. Man. Multiple harmonies.
Really?
She hears all of it.
I admire.
I'm pretty sure.
Like that.
So
wow,
she can come in and do that in no time, especially if it's like her own music and her own songs. She's
But this Down That Highway is just a very. I mean, it's an upbeat. I mean, it is just a.
It's a great tempo. It's just like a moving song.
Yeah. So
the chorus is fantastic.
It is. Yeah, and I say this. And it's just spontaneous when I say it on the air, but it is. I defy anybody to find an area comparable to this elsewhere in the country that we have the level of talent here.
Yeah.
That can do not only the recording stuff but the songwriting and the song craftsmanship that we have here. And so
for sure.
Yeah. So without further ado, this is Rebecca Jade. Song recorded at Blackberry Alley Studio, and this is Down That Highway on the Rec Room Radio Hour podcast.
I've been searching for so long. I've been treated so wrong. Well, I know that the feeling's strong, that it's time to move on. Well, the weight is more than I can bear. Don't want to take you there, buyer beware. So many friends have left me all alone. Reasons unknown, no longer feel at home. In my own skin, so baby let me in. Be my only friend and let this new life begin. Oh, I'm on that highway, flying away. It's a brand new day. I'm following the way. I won't delay, it's gonna be okay. Well, I know the end of days are near. See it all so clear, truth that holds so dear. I am done, you don't like who I've become. Stranger to your fun, your religion is the smoking gun. So goodbye can't be who I wanna be. Need to go free and find the lost pieces of me. Traveling on, gonna sing a brand new song. Won't even know I'm gone outside of Babylon. prosper enough to me home. And I know I am complete. I know you have rescued me. And even though I feel low, I am never alone. And I'm on that highway, flying away. It's a brand new day. I'm following the way. I won't delay. It's gonna be okay. I'm following the way, and I won't delay. It's gonna be okay. Oh yeah.
I love that song, Down That Highway by Rebecca Jade. That is just such that is just, I'm trying to find another adjective for good. That is such a great song.
Yeah, to me it's
Yeah.
like an extremely good like breath of fresh air.
Yeah. We got to play her more. That's some good stuff. So we've gone from Kevin Regan, I don't know where you classify him, and I don't like to do a whole lot of classification of styles, but he does what he does.
Yeah.
Rebecca does what she does, and then you're recording Frank Wicher down here,
Yep.
and that's country, man. That's country with a capital twang.
Yeah. Kind of gets rockish at some point.
Yeah.
But it's definitely country. Yeah.
But he's been around here for forever and has recorded other places. How'd you two hook up? How'd you guys get together?
I'm trying to think. I honestly don't even.
He just appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of just here. No, I feel like. Oh, you know what? Now I do remember.
Good.
I was running sound for some friends of mine had a surprise wedding, and they had asked me if I would run sound. And it was kind of like a mix of like, okay, we need some of these songs played for like our, like the event, but they were having like an open jam also during this event.
Yeah.
She was like, do you care if you like run some sound for this? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. So I went up and there was a bunch of people there that they knew because she sings in a band and kind of does some different things.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did a small project for her fiance. She wrote a small song that I tracked here for her.
Mm-hmm.
But while I was up there doing this sound thing for her, Frank was there.
Okay.
So I actually met him and talked to him about tracking that evening.
Oh, cool.
And it was a party. I mean, we were all having a good time.
Yeah.
And then I think he just got a hold of like either text me or whatever a couple weeks later, and we set something up. And
Yeah. And this was when he started working here with you.
A year and a half ago,
Okay.
I think, right around there.
Cool.
We've done like 3 finished tracks here. Yeah. Good player.
Yeah. Oh
Great
my gosh.
singer.
Yeah.
His band's real good. His guitar player is stellar.
Yeah.
Like,
I had to follow him back when they had the songwriter showcase down at the Isle of Q. I followed him for one of those, and I even said when I was on stage, I said, I got to follow Frank. I'm like the dog act that followed the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show, man. I said, you got Frank Wicher, and then you got the hacker up here. I want to go back to where the whole thing with Frank started. You called it a surprise wedding.
Yeah.
Did the bride and groom not know they were going to get married?
No, they
Oh,
knew.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's like, hey.
That does sound. I'm pretty sure that's how it was. But no, they obviously knew.
Okay.
But like everybody else, I think like some people knew.
Okay.
I mean, I knew because she wanted me to make sure like, I knew what I was going to be doing.
Yeah.
But like,
I just thought that was
I think
funny.
like
a surprise.
large portion of the guests didn't know.
That's cool. Now that is cool.
So, yeah.
But when you said surprise wedding, I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprise! You guys are getting married today.
So I'm assuming that Frank, being a professional, comes in here with his song, kind of like we had talked about.
Yep,
Yeah,
same deal.
Same deal.
Man, yep.
Now, does he come in with the full band, or does he come
No.
in? Okay.
No, and it worked kind of different for each song. The first one, which I love this song. It came out. I was real pleased with how it came out, which is the one you're going to be playing.
Okay.
There's, I believe, no physical drum set being played in that. It's all percussion, like shakers and stuff in that.
Really?
Yeah. And I actually ended up doing, I believe I played bass and I played the solo, the lead solo on it.
Okay.
Because it was at the point, like we were doing the first one and he was like, I don't know if, he was like, I know. He was like, I want a fresh take. That's the main reason I'm coming in here. I want like a fresh top on my songs.
Sure.
He was like, so if you want to just try to do some of this stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I ended up doing bass and the solo. And he was like, I might still have my guitar player come in. I was like, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. I was like, I just thought you wanted some of this to be completed. He was like, yeah, I'm probably going to have him come in. And then like a week later, I remember him being like, you know what? I really like that. Let's just keep it. And I was like, cool. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Again, because that's going to, I hopefully got him what he wanted as far as like just a different outlook or a different sound and something. And I really like how it all came out. Like the song to me, mix wise and everything, I was 100% happy with the final product of it.
And this is the first time he's recorded here with you then for this song.
Yeah, that was the first song we did here.
Wow.
It was the first process, the first work at anything.
But again, not to, make your head even bigger, but I think that again speaks volumes to your skill as a musician, but also as a recording, I don't want to say technician, because that's not what it is. You're an artist in doing this. And for someone like Frank Wicher, who has been, I'm going to say this, Frank, he's been around for a while.
Been doing this forever.
He has been forever.
Yeah.
For him to, to say, and to have that approval, I mean, that's pretty damn good on your part.
Yeah.
So,
happy with all of it.
yeah.
But the second and third song went a little bit different. I ended up doing like I did the drums on those, and then he had his guitar player come back in and do bass and all like the main guitar work.
Okay.
But it was cool because it was like a different process for each song, which is nice.
Yeah. So the Vintage Pearl set is on the other tracks that Frank is.
That Vintage Pearl set is on pretty much every song that I've done in this studio, other than the Tonewall stuff. Our drummer brought his kit in and used his kit.
Cool. All right, so we are going to listen to Frank Wicher, the man, the myth, the legend, in his first song that he recorded here at Blackberry Alley Studios with Luke Shellenberger. If It Wasn't For You, on the Rec Room Radio Hour podcast.
Time and won't be last when I end up on the wrong side of the tracks. I'm surprised that I'm still above ground after questionable judgment of my life's go-rounds. It is crazy world, there's things you cannot explain. All the trouble and turmoil of life's stupid games. But then out of the blue comes a shining light that makes you embrace the meaning of life. no need for sunshine without the rain. And it would not be love without the pain. Devil and angels, they go hand in hand like black and white in the ocean sand. One needs the other like sky needs the blue. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Frank Wicher, as I said, the man, the myth, the legend. If it wasn't for you, again, quality stuff. And that was the first, again, just reiterating, that was the first thing that he walked in here and recorded with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the first one.
And you had said there's no conventional drums on it. It's all hand percussion?
Yeah, I think that was all hand percussion, like shakers and stuff that I did. Yeah.
It's hard for me the number of times I've seen Frank out playing with a band and that he would have 100% hand percussion on the song. That's great though.
From what I remember, I think it was just like light, just like a left and right shaker, just blended in, just for that percussion vibe to it. You know what I mean? It's just that it was, to me, it was like that kind of song.
I was gonna say because it
like
fits
bass,
that song.
It's bass driven.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it fits that song really well. Now, the collaboration between you and Frank, was that input from him, or was that something that, you know, as you're sitting there listening, it's like, ooh, we could do that?
I think as far as the percussion goes, I think that was kind of me, but we talk, like he's good with all that too. Like we talked about a lot of that stuff, especially like through all three songs we did.
Yeah.
He's very like, yes, it needs this. No, it doesn't need that. Yeah, we can try that. Yeah, go ahead, try that. Whatever. I want to do this. You know, which is nice to have kind of like a clear path.
Yeah, yeah. Do you? And I probably already know the answer to this. Do you prefer, kind of somebody bird dogging you really closely, or do you like to, it's like, oh man, I can do this, and have that freedom to kind of work? Or, I mean, what do you prefer?
I mean, I prefer the freedom. I would think everybody probably would, right?
Yeah.
But I don't mind the opposite at all. Yeah. If somebody tells me what they want, or somebody's sitting in the room saying, that was whatever. Yeah. I probably had already told them that it was whatever. Yeah. And I'm moving on to try something that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Now, do you do you have, is it harder for you or easier for you, because you're kind of a disinterested party with some of this stuff? Is it easier for you to be more creative with other people's stuff, or with stuff that you have written in your own material? I guess I'm not sure how I approach that question. If it's,
I've definitely been way more creative with other people's things, just because, I mean, this has been my focus for a couple years now, that I really haven't. I mean, I wrote a lot with the old band Tonewall, and that was even amidst, like, everybody in that group was pretty much a writer in some facets, so it wasn't just like one person doing all of it. So, it wasn't, even at that point, it wasn't really me doing a ton of it. But since I really got heavy into the studio work, doing other people's stuff, it's really been, I mean, I really haven't written much of my own stuff since that band.
Really?
Yeah, just because, the thing is, I've been writing so much. I do so much of this writing into everything I'm doing here for everybody else that, it's very time consuming, but it's fun for me.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's what I'm here for these people is, completing these songs and writing into that stuff. So as far as like, what do I like more or whatever, I don't necessarily think one way or the next.
Okay. That was kind of where I would think.
Because ultimately to me, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Now we'll do what I write differently for my own stuff. I would definitely say yes.
Okay. So currently, besides the studio, you've got some music projects that you're involved with. What are they? What are you involved with now?
Play guitar and sing, and we're doing originals in the band Flintlock.
Okay.
Which is like the country rock band.
All right.
I am in the 3-piece Civil Fly acoustic act.
Yeah. Now, is that originals or is it?
No, we just do covers.
Just covers?
Yep, just
okay.
covers.
Yeah.
Me and JB, who plays with Kinsey, do a duo show aside from Civil Fly.
Yeah.
I don't know how I should say, am I sitting in or part of the band Audioburn?
Okay.
That act, who has been the main guy that operates that band, has had that band or been in that band, whatever you want to call it, for years now, and is kind of cycling back to that, coming back out now and writing original music. And he needed a guitar player, so I'm sitting in with that. We actually have a show in like 3 weeks in Baltimore.
No kidding.
That we're doing down there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there's always something going on.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is good though.
So the academic question, and I think I already know the answer to this. Do you enjoy the studio work and that involvement, or do you enjoy playing out with bands and the various projects?
I like it all.
Okay.
I think it all. I enjoy this time in here 100%.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah.
We all know there's certain things that come in with playing out that isn't always enjoyable. You're always going to have that. Some nights are just better than others. Sometimes you just don't want to be there. Sometimes that's the only place you want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing about that is there's outliers of that scenario. This time in here, it's it's priceless, really, which is one of the main reasons I enjoy it. I spent a lot of years getting all this stuff together.
Yeah.
Between computers and mics and technology and sitting up all night on YouTube watching videos for years, figuring out how to do things or how other people try things or do things and figuring out ways to make it work and sound better.
Yeah.
It's a never ending process.
So we're gonna geek just for a little bit. What are you using? We'll have a picture of this for the Facebook page as well as the. I'll see if I can load it onto the podcast page. What are you using now for your recording software and that?
Logic Pro X through an iMac computer.
Okay.
Running 2 Focusrite interfaces, a Claret, I think an 8 pre and a Octo pre, so basically like 16 channel.
Okay.
8 of those I have just strictly hooked up one of those just for the 8 mics on the kit. So I just turn one of those on when I want to run drums.
Okay.
Preset to the snake.
All right.
Yep.
So does everything go directly into the board, or do you have amps here that if you
nope, everything's right through the
everything's right in through the board.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no like outboard gear, if you want to call it that, if people call it that.
Yeah.
Like
that's a good term for it.
No like compressors or any. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah. We have
nothing like that. The only thing that I'm currently using that isn't in the box, it's still kind of in the box, but not really, is I have a Helix for guitars.
Oh, okay.
So like the big Helix pedal board that has presets and tones and amp models and a whammy built-in and whatever you want to do.
Oh wow.
That I'm now using for all my guitar tones, bass tones. I think you can even do vocals and stuff like that through that, but I don't do that. Yeah. That's the only piece of equipment that I'm running that's affecting ahead of my Focusrites.
Okay.
Everything else, so like my vocals, my drums, everything else is going just clean, straight through the Focusrites onto Logic, and I'm using all onboard in the box Logic stuff as far as, you know, other effects or compressors or EQs or stereo filters or whatever you want to say. Everything that's on there.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
a very simple setup.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
most people walk in here and they're like, "Oh, this is all you have," and I'm like, "Well, this is all I need."
Yeah, I was going to say, what more do you need?
Yeah, like you can have a ton of gear, but
Well, it's your studio, just in appearance wise. Anytime I've been in here, it has always been, you know, very professional, and it's, you know, I mean, it's and it's a very welcoming and a relaxing atmosphere, which I think, you know, I think most people, especially those that haven't recorded before, you know, I mean, that's got to be helpful for them.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, I don't know, like this is what I would want to walk into. This is what I want. I mean, this is what I do walk into, but I don't, you know, I want it to be clean. I want to have stuff set up. I want to be able to do, you know, to me, like, especially when you're busy. Yeah. Most people are busy anyway. Right. I'm busy in here. When I walk in here, I want to turn stuff on, get the business, get stuff done. Well, with ease. Yeah. You know?
Well, full disclosure, the band that I'm privileged to be in, Prairie Dogma, are coming here this month to record, and a couple of reasons. Number one, just the laid back vibe that you give. I mean, you're just like so laid back, and just a really great guy to just have a conversation with. Well, I think the first time I stopped here, I think we must have talked for like an hour, just chatting about music and stuff. Yeah. So not only that, but also, as I said, just the environment in here, and lastly, the quality stuff that you're putting out. Yeah. I mean, it is just I can't sing your praises enough, and we are blessed with a lot of recording studios in this area. So you know, high praise from me, which is not worth not what it is, but no, seriously, the quality stuff that you have in here in the environment. So we're going to play out with Luke's song from Tonewall Jackson, and I don't have a name.
The title, it's called Clarity.
Clarity.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was the final song. This is the last song I've written that's gotten completed, I should say. And one that, I mean, I hadn't really written. I mean, I wrote the vocals, the guitars, the initial drum part, which pretty much ended up being the final drum part. So I basically wrote most of this song on my own towards the end of this band, when I was kind of just in that mind space to just be like, I'm just going to write a song. Yeah. You know? Cool. It's just that time and place. So.
All right. Anything else, any parting words, anything that we didn't talk about that you wanted to talk about?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, not really. Right. Just if anybody wants to track and have some fun and try to get some good product done and is interested in doing this and doing it in an easy manner, let me know. And
we will have all of your contact information on the podcast description and all that. Cool. Again, I think if you've never done this before, this would be a very friendly, convivial environment to do this. So if you have any if you're an artist, you have any trepidation about recording, you're like it's a daunting thing, contact Luke. So enough of a plug, I guess. So, all right. So this is Luke Shellenberger, his song "Clarity" from the Tonewall Jackson. Love that name. From the Tonewall Jackson Project. And this will close out this episode of the Rec Room Radio Hour podcast. Luke, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, buddy.
eyes and the ears, 'cause I feel that, and all I need is your clarity, clarity. Walk through the fire, clean up our eyes. You remind me of someone else, feeling like I'm crazy. This won't ever be the same. Why not be? Just be yourself. Am I the one to blame, or will it just end up this way? Claim I'm narcissistic and overall resistance. These thoughts you have are dying with the truth. I had it out, but maybe think back now, where were we? Like lines of foolish pride are left untold. Clarity, clarity. Take down the smile and hide behind your eyes. You remind me of someone else, feeling like I'm crazy. This won't ever be the same. Why not be? Just be yourself. Am I the one to blame, or will it just end up this way? You remind me of someone else, feeling like I'm crazy. This won't ever be the same. Why not be? Just be yourself. Am I the one to blame, or will it just end up this way?
Man, it was great to sit down with Luke and not only hear about his skill and artistry in capturing and recording the artists in this area, but just to get to know him. He is just a great human being, very laid back, just very personable, and we certainly enjoyed our time down at Blackberry Alley Studios hanging out with Luke Shellenberger. Hey, each week on the Rec Room Radio Hour radio show on WXPI, we play all of the musical artists here in the central Susquehanna Valleys. And that is on WXPIRadio.org. And while you're there, please consider making a contribution to WXPI Radio to keep us going as we host and highlight the music here in the central Susquehanna Valleys. So until next time, folks, please stay tuned, don't fret, and play nice. Until the next episode, folks, bye-bye.